Yeah. Okay, I'm starting the recording. Just gonna start. Spring pillow. Yeah, it's a background behind, so don't worry if it changes. Because a
Don't
lot
worry.
of times people say, was that the aliens or some shadows behind? No, it's just because it's virtual, you know.
No, it's
It's
not
crazy.
us.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I see you coming. I saw like it's almost like a wall made out of paper, but I see like the mountains and the ocean or the sea, and then it turns out it's like a canvas, it's a painting, and you walk through the painting like the same way I see you now. I just saw you walk through, and you're wearing, this is like old kind of Holland type. It's interesting. I forgot the name of this author, but that's okay. Like in the book, um like the national outfit of Holland, just greeting me. But and then you're taking me by hand. That's you. I read your DNA, and you're taking me to another timeline, and you're saying that that's my. So basically, your energy sphere, it's like your house, right? Energetic house around your energy body. You split it up into timelines, and you like going to this other one that you're saying that you show me a little house. It's like a blue sky, pink house with kind of greenish windows. And there's a lot of children around it at the lawn on the grass. And you say to me that they are from different universes, they're from different galaxies, from this universe and others. And I'm asking you who are you, and you say I'm a teacher. I teach them arts and crafts and how to love nature and how to use the palettes of nature, like the in terms of painting and mixing colors and all this, how to incorporate whatever you see into the art you make. And I see there's some creatures come periodically to take your art, because you basically, what you do, you sit on the grass and the children around, but they all look different. They sit around you in a circle, and some of them have blue skin, others yellow. It's like they're all, and they have different color eyes and shapes. You can tell they're from different races of different planets. They're all different. They're not like, they don't belong to Earth at all. They don't look like Earthlings. And you draw things like flowers for them. And when the flower is drawn, it comes out of paper like a 3D flower, and it's like stands up, and it's pretty. And then you say that to them, then you can do anything you want with it. You can change it up, you can make it real and plant it into the grass, or you can start talking to it and make it your friend, because you will share some of your energy with it and you will activate it and make it real for yourself. It's like things like that. And then I see you're lining up all the flowers you created in the air, and they was your, like, you tell them that if we thought together at the same time that these flowers can move and dance for us, they would do just that. And then you experiment doing that. You literally see them like dancing in the air. The interesting part is that this Earth is like a 6-dimensional Earth. It's like 5-6, and you don't eat there. I don't see, because I see you walk into your house, and the house is more like one big room, and it just has a lot of drawing supplies and things like that. A lot of art there, like a gallery of different paintings. But then you sleep outside, like in some sort of hammocks. Around the house, there's lots of trees, and you have hammocks, and each one has like a picture on it, and each child knows which picture is his or her. And then what you do, you just drink. You wake up early in the morning, and you drink like water from the flowers in the morning. It's like this, like tulips, different colors all around. You just come up to each one and use it as a cup to drink out of it, because it collects water overnight. And the water is very interesting. It's just, as I want to say, it's magical because it's like absorbs the information from the space, what happened that night. And then when you drink it, you like accept, absorb the information from it. Yeah, it's an interesting thing to do. I just like, let me focus on, because I see some strange creatures coming. They kind of look like, almost like caterpillars, but they are rather beige, brownish beige color, shiny, darkish beige, with antennas. And let me touch one. It turns into a gray, but it's like gray purple color gray. With the blue eyes. I think they're just genetically manipulated or modified, like hybrid grays with some races. I see they include 5 races in them, so they're just hybrids. Come from Zetas, because they're pretty tall, they're not short. And they come take your art, like whatever you drew with the kids, they demand from you, and I feel like you don't really want to give it to them, but you do, because they use it. They use your ideas for their creation. And a lot of times you draw some hybrids, like a mix of different animals, or human and an animal creatures, and they would take those happily, because I see them taking them to the lab. And at the lab on Saturn, they would create creatures like that, because they cannot do it themselves. They don't have creative powers, so they use yours. Let's see how it all started. It's all the way back on the timeline. It's like you come from you show me there's like a round universe, there's a square, there's a triangle. I see them at one level. They're just different geometric shapes that looking flat, like lying in space. But then when you walk inside, It's like a hologram, looks like a house or a castle, holographic image of it. And you can create inside anything you want. I see like white dragons flying. I see some insects, but they're pretty, they're multicolored, and elf-type beings with wings, and that's all your creation. I think you just go from one universe you created to another. You created like a chain of them, and they are laying in between the you say original universes. There's original ones, they're round ones, and you created the flat ones. It's almost like platforms that you wanted to practice your abilities on them by creating something new, and then if you didn't like it, you could erase it and recreate. And then if your creation is perfect, you would take it to one of the universes, or would come there and offer to seed it on the planet, if it's like a animal or something else, or a bird or an insect. And that's when I see those grays come, but the ones who came, they're just typical grays that are reticuli grays. They came by the spacecraft that's round, and they told you that they kind of like caught you in between, and they have technology to destroy your creations, your platforms. Your platforms are like art rooms. That's what I feel. And you got scared, and because you got scared, they got attached to you. Because you didn't really know that this kind of thing can happen. Because you're more about just beauty of creating and not about the you have not had any experience with malevolent beings. That's why it surprised and scared you. So they got attached to you via this low vibrational feeling, because when you lower your vibration, you get down to their level, so they get attached to you. And then they just took you to incarnate a nurse, which they couldn't really eliminate all your abilities, your DNA, 34 strands I see, and they blocked as many as they could, which is 28, and but you still have access to them somehow through the other ones which are left. And that's why you created the split in your energy sphere, to create this world where you have the children and you teach them art. And it's like you're all about this energies of fresh wind, of flowers, of creating something beautiful by using your imagination. So you're asking now all those all those grays. Well, those tall grays, like typical classical ones, they are in charge of those hybrid ones. They're slightly different, slightly smaller, shorter, wider, like that. So I see like 7 of those tall ones and 3 of those short ones, and they are the ones who would come to you and take the art and bring to the spacecraft of the 7 tall ones. And now I'm seeing, I see some things in your body, but they're like metallic balls, with each one has like 2 antennas up and down, and they are migrating in your body from hands to head, just to like throat, back. They're not staying. It's like nanotechnology that actually controls the body dynamics in terms of vibration. And when you feel good, they will try to target the particular energy body, which is your organ, or with their spikes, with the antennas that they have, kind of like focusing or shooting it with low vibrational energy to lower its own vibration. And that's probably why, you can have all kinds of it's like your energetically your organs fail once in a while type thing, but then they reconstruct its power, and get back to normal type thing. It just depends how much they affect them and for how long, and then for this long it would take to rebuild the certain particular organ or energy producing biological kind of device, almost like, I don't know, they all look like, but they're made out of cells and they are breathable and all that, but they do look like energy fields in the body and all connected to make it function. So basically there are 12 of those balls, and right now I see them located, one to the right temple in the head, then one in the throat, two back, 1, 2, 3 the back, and another one is kind of like hip, one hip, another hip, and then stomach, kidneys, and the kind of like the beginning of the reproductive organs. There's a 9, and then both legs, and it's like the right foot, but they keep moving. It's just the weirdest thing. It's a nanotechnology that they can control the movement of it from the spacecraft. So you decided to go into the closet. You as a creative being, you just decided to create a closet, and you walk into it, close the door, and when you walk out, all the balls are drained down from you and remain at the bottom of the closet. That's what you did. And I see they're like shiny, metallic, soft kind of core balls. They're tiny, tiny. But just like that, I look them different. I see them differently because I'm close. I'm holding one. So you take them all. You draw a portal with your hand, like a door, and you open it and put them all in there. And I'm telling you to ask them what contract they here they wrote the contract right away. I didn't even have time to say it. So there's 7 pages of the contract, and there's like a light green cover, and it just has this round circle and like a logo thing with the gray's head, but it's like gray purple with blue eyes. It looks more like an ant or a bee, like an insectoid head. Open these. So they basically make you agree to the fine print saying that you'll share up to 53% of your energy with them to power up their craft and their own creations, which is their hybridization program and what they're doing. They're creating hybrids, and you will use your creative abilities that they left for you via your DNA to create those hybrids on paper, and then they would take the paper with them drawn on it and use it for their machinery in their labs to create the real hybrids based on the drawings. And you agreed to that because it's like you like to create, and you thought that they would let you go after one life, but that wasn't the case. There's 28 lives. This is 29th for you. And you just take that book with contracts, and you like tore it apart in two. And I said that you can use fire if you want, and you basically light it up with fire, and you create like a campfire, and I see it's burning up. So you destroy the contract that's down to ashes, and you just open the portal, the same one, and you put it in, close it. So it's done. There's something else. It's like a little net over your body. When I touch your body, it shows up. When I don't, it doesn't. It's like I transfer, like it's some sort of technology that almost looks like a fish net, but it's energetic and it's blue. So you take that one out, and you're asking those grays, like, what is it for? And they say, well, to hold you in place, to hold you stable in life, so you wouldn't make an extra step to achieve something that you would like to achieve. Then you take that one out, form a bowl, and just throw it out the portal also. Let's see the DNA. Yeah, DNA. You're just kind of reconstructing all your original strands of DNA. Constructing. Instead of touching them with your hands and pulling them all back together and taking off the layers that are the ones that are blocking it. So we did that. See, like 34 of them, kind of rather shiny. And there are this light transparent color. There's a little bit of like pinkish shade to it on the sides. Just trying to look. Did they? No, they didn't. They did not take any DNA samples or anything like this. I don't see any clones or hybrids. I just see that they would use your creative ability and take away your drawings to create those hybrids. You can go all the way back when it all started, and just like on that timeline, eliminate all the moments when they would take the drawings away and just change the timeline as if they never did. So we don't see, there's like a room there on Saturn, I see it, that they have like lots of containers with different hybrids, and they're ready to be transported somewhere on some other planet. So they're like creating artificial planets, or they destroy their original ones and they try to reseed them with life according to their idea, which the beings should be rather vicious or low vibrational. So you just canceled out those moments, and now you're telling the tall grays and short grays to leave your energy sphere, because you discovered them. They're your prisoners now. You can order them around what you want. So you ordered them out. You see them, they just walked through the portal and disappeared. They went back to where they came from. see anything around your energy sphere right now. I see your subconscious is now, well, before that, I just see one life it's showing me in Western Germany. But before that, the energy bodies, the emotional and mental. That's why it's showing me. Because this life in Western Germany, you had a husband who was like flying a jet, and he was a pilot, and he lost his life in a fight. Because I see him, like his plane explodes on fire, and you had those 4 kids you had to take care of, 3 daughters and 1 boy. And that life, it just brings a lot of kind of sadness to this life of yours right now. And that's why I see it. Subconscious wants you to know about it. Because you also like, you're very like unhappy in that life at the end. You're pushing yourself towards living rather than, because you had all kinds of thoughts about ending your life, but you had to live for your kids, and it's not the most it was very sad for you and uncomfortable to kind of constantly keep forcing yourself to do things and to live for them, and that transpires into this life. But that's all in your mental emotional bodies, which you're cleaning now. You just created like a brush, and you're brushing down, just making them clear, and all those energies. You said that you'd rather turn them into like pretty butterflies and birds, and they could fly away. So you did that. And once they flew away, I see your body's clean. So you put them all together. I just see one energy body now. And it looks transparent. There's nothing there. There's a lot of programs from the past or parallel lives. Also the same, they run in parallel. That's why you're influenced by them constantly. So in whatever, like your subconscious telling you, whatever thought comes up and doesn't feel like yours, it's either something is affecting you, or you get it from your own self, who is in the parallel life going through some events, and you just tapped into it. So I think it's pretty much done. I don't know if you have any questions, you can ask.
I think I know. I know nothing from my father or what.
Do you want to look at your father? I can look at your father.
My father was. I was 1 year, and he's dying. And I know that with I was 6. I know that my mother told me why I must to school, and I must have a paper of the death of my father. I saw.
Okay.
I don't nothing. I have asked my mother. I have never an answer. I know who he is. I don't know. My stepfather was bad, and I was the oldest girl in the family. Yes, and I worked. I protected my mother my whole life. I don't know why. And
Because
yes,
you have a connection with your mother. It's because throughout the lives, there's like 7 or 8, see, 8 lives you've been together.
but my stepfather was bad. He raped me 3 years, and I have never an answer why, what, sorry, nothing. My mother say I don't that know. Had I wasn't there, and I was there, and I see it not. It's not true. A child come for 3 years, everything crying and I don't believe that.
Mm, yeah, because your father, well, your stepfather is related to just to the group of beings who are in control of your mother. And I see mantis beings, and they're also in, they're just together with Dracos, and it's just a different thing. She's in some projects, she's used for some things, and I feel like they wanted to use you for something, but it just didn't succeed. That's why you created this the world of dissociation type thing, in your energy sphere, because, and that's why you like spending time there, because you're safe. And I see boys and girls, little children, but I don't see any man around or anything. And I think that's because what happened to you when you created this kind of safe place for yourself. You could stay there. And your stepfather was supposed to be the one to prepare you to be used. And it's almost like your own soul resisted it. Your own soul kind of what comes to me like a word, slipped away in a lot of um, a lot of kind of like points where they could have grabbed you and prepared you for things, and you just refused to do it because you're very strong. And you also have this relationship with your mother because your mother, she's been your child in most of those 8 lives. You see, 6 lives, she's your child, and that's why you feel like you want to protect her. You also you're sensitive. You were sensing that she was totally under control of your stepfather, because her and him. So he's controlled by those Dracos, and those Dracos are, let's say, kind of like friends or cooperating with the mantis beings. The mantis beings are in control of your mother, so they created this relationship in between the stepfather and your mother to make it always like back and forth, unbalanced, and creating negative situations so they can drain the energy and they can use your mother, because your mother, she's been used. um as you have been abducted throughout life too. um you just somehow protected yourself, your own self. Your soul is a very high consciousness level, just like knew everything and could foresee things and events. And I see you kind of like hiding all the time, so they wouldn't. You also know the techniques to make yourself what comes to me Arcturian all the time, and you're like Arcturian, and you have this ability to make yourself invisible, not only invisible at the etheric level, but also at the physical. So you would, it's like people would not notice you even though you are there, things like that. You also have very high technology in your spacecrafts and things like that, because I see you there before. Partially the planet, like 37% of it was captured, was taken over by the tall whites. That's when all the trouble started, and a lot of Arcturians converted to malevolent beings. That's what I see about the origin, your origin. And they couldn't really split you up much. There's something about the knowledge that you have of the molecular, we can call it molecular structure, molecular biology, just to get that understanding of the energy works. So they couldn't really control you. They couldn't manipulate your energetic structure of your essence. That's why. But yeah, well, those what the grandfather or the stepfather was doing to you, it was all for the energy, get more energy from a child, and then use it for creating all kinds of different kind of like powering up their experimental lab with hybrids and things like that, and seeing if they could break you down, bring you down in vibration to use you more. But they didn't really succeed. Yeah, because you created this bubble reality for yourself where you could hide basically with your energy body. Yeah, that's it. Your original father, your biological father, he's the one from Arctur who wanted to kind of help you out, because yeah, it's like there are loops and timelines and they overlap. It's like two circles overlap like this, and he basically found you in those time and space loops to help you out, but he was eliminated by those forces that took over your mother and your future stepfather at that particular moment of the timeline that I see. And I see him being in some net. There's like a net stuck, and there's souls stuck in it. It's made out of light, and it's in some sort of lab in a large container. And I see you come there. You turn off the lighting system that is holding it. Those like flies get stuck on something. Yeah, the same. So souls can be free. You deactivated the light, and souls just all flying up. There's more than 118 souls. And yeah, I don't see this container anymore. I just like eliminated it. It went back on the timeline also. So you helped your father get away and be free. So if you want to look at something else.
Yes, my whole life is a disaster. I was married for 6 times. Okay,
Mm.
first time I have 2 children. I have an accident, and he has he takes the kids for me. I never see the kids more.
You never see the kids anymore?
No, the oldest was 6, and the youngest was the youngster was half year. I never have can win to see my children. I see
Well,
some of Facebook, yes, and three. I have 5 grandchildren. I never see this. It's really hard.
yeah, because of the interference that you had, and I see like they they belong to some groups, some governmental institutions, and that's why they are mind controlled, and that's why they want to. It's also part of that creating the trauma for you. And another part is that because they had your DNA and they wanted to use it, their problem was that they couldn't really use your DNA because it was more pure, and theirs more like, how do you explain, like more diluted in a way. It's easier to mutate it in them, and that's exactly what they've done. Because those tall grays, they're just was the governmental project on DNA mutation and creating different races. So I feel like they're sponsored by the government, and it's underground facility that they take them to physically, actually, a lot of times, and sometimes energetically on the spacecraft. They do some research there too, and that's why they don't want you to be with them, because you can open their eyes to what is happening, because they cannot see it. They literally cannot. I see like a lot of attachments on the back, like tubes sticking out of them. Like I see it from far away. There's this whole system of overlay on the back, so they can be like controlled, because there's also on the very back of the head there's like a plate, and they can be influenced and controlled, like their thoughts, actions, emotions, everything. You try to give them information, but they refuse it. I see them, they're not ready to receive it at the rational level. Yeah. So we just the way it is, unfortunately, they when they're not ready, they're not ready. Then they're not gonna use it. They're not gonna even take it. In this case, that's what I see. Um, we can see if you want to look at something else, I can do that too. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. I think why I everything the wrong people coming, and everything is the same. It's not good.
Yeah, it's like they put you through circles and circles of the same events or similar events with different people, because I see different faces, but they all belong to the same like a egregorial group, and they're all controlled by those tall grays. And it's because they kind of want you, through you. It's like they got access to your children, and they want you to keep stable and kind of going from one bad situation to another, because they also drain a lot of energy out of you. And to do that, they need you in certain low vibration to be stably there. So because for them, it's like they know what you're doing, they know you're going to escape to your own world that you created. They don't like it, but they don't have control over it, because it's your own kind of like alternate reality that you created for yourself to escape the reality here. But it's like they use you for creating, and so basically using your children uh, for DNA. They use their DNA, but you're the one who drawing and creating hybrids that they would use DNA to create from your children. See how like it goes? They use you and them at the same time, but also plus your creative abilities. That's why they kind of want you separate, but at the same time you're connected. And they like that you are suffering, because that's the energy of suffering that was in your chest, a lot in your lungs, all the way in your back down. And you just cleansed those energies, you took them off, like dark gray energies. They were also making you feel tired, frustrated, and all these negative emotions, enraged, angry, and things like that, or not understood, disoriented, Mm, you cleanse that all, but that's what I see. I don't know, there's nothing. You kind of cut off all the connections, but your children, I mean, they just like they don't accept the information, which means that they need to come to their own conclusions with time. It's just a process for them. Yeah, it's like a spider web of different alien races working with each other, but it's all government based. You need to look at something else.
And life is not fun.
What is it? Sorry?
So life is not fun. Every time a new life. Every time a new life. And you can say van, yes, you must then in your life stay, but I can't that.
Yeah, you're just asking like how can you escape that reincarnation cycle so you don't have any more lives? Yeah, I mean basically they create lives for us, so we're always suffering, they need that because the matrix is based, the whole reality we are in is based on the energy of fear and suffering. So they need to constantly feed it with those energies. And we're like antennas or receptors of this whole matrix layer. We have to supply it with energies just of that, of fear and suffering. So they put all kinds of events in our lives according to the contract. Actually, you just burned your book of of contracts, to eliminate it, so they have no influence over you. And from now on, you're the one who is the creator of your own life, and you're a creator of your own destiny, of the events you want in your life. And they're not going to be able to put anything on your way that you don't want, because they're disconnected from you now. You're the only one in your energy sphere who's in control of everything, and you create by your thought and your emotion. Like what you feel inside is true for you is going to come true in the physical reality. Mm, that's what you have to understand, that you are everybody is a creator being, every one of us, but they really keep it a secret. They don't want us to know that. They always tell us, oh, look at, that's why religion was created. That's why all the ascended masters, they always tell that they know better. You have to look up to them. But no, all you have to do is to look inside yourself and figure yourself out. And once you do that, all your programs, all why this thought, why that thought, why this feeling or that feeling, and how people influence you, and how you can neutralize that influence, at that point you become like full in control of what you experience, what your reality is going to be. mm, and just keep in mind that like that life that you didn't like and all these events, it's all in the past at this point, because what you did, your subconscious did, you just changed all the events as if the negative ones never happened. So because of what we do in sessions, we go through all the lives, we launch that kind of like energy to cleanse and delete and change all the negative events, to transform them into positive. We can do either eliminating or transforming. So you just basically cut them out from the tape of your movie of your life, and that it's a different thing. So now when you decide to, you're done with this life, you'll just be free. Your soul is going to be free to go wherever you want to go. You're not gonna be hooked up to the matrix anymore, to any artificial layer of AI, and nobody's gonna control you but you.
But I need think anybody used me my whole life.
Yeah, well, that's the victim mentality they wanted you to put in, because once you feel as a prisoner or a victim, you'll always think it into being. You'll manifest it as true reality, because people don't understand. When you meet a person, you subconsciously connect, you form this instant energetic connection with the person, and whatever energies you emit, if you emit this mentality of victim, they would victimize you, because they're just like, they read through your energies and they would act accordingly. If you feel sure of yourself and that they always use me, but it's been in the past, but now it's different, there will be a totally different reality, because what you feel inside, what you believe in your head about yourself, you manifest and project out. You're interfacing with your reality that way, through your mind, through your thoughts and your feelings. And whatever those create inside, which you feel and believe, you would experience it in the physical. So you have to figure out how to unprogram yourself, because it's not easy, but it's possible. After being used all your life, you can still do it. But by telling yourself that because you had those grays in your energy sphere manipulating you,
Yeah.
they, yeah,
Everyone manipulated, and I let it be.
because you didn't have enough knowledge. That's why you let it be. Now you do. And remember also that most people have attachments. Most people are manipulated one way or another, and they have, different alien races, beings of light. There's so many There's demonic beings. There's all kinds of beings that can be attached to you. And they are attached to a lot of people who deal with you also, whom you meet on your way in life. So just keep in mind that whatever they try to do to you or what they say to you, it's not necessarily them. It's that their soul is overlaid with multiple layers of programming. It's like software program you put in the computer and the computer runs on them, you know. They can be used to control, right? And the same with you or other people. If they have the implants, they can be controlled. So they can say mean things to you, but it doesn't mean that their soul is saying it to you. No, it's those who are controlling them. The alien, the Greys, the reptilians, the Dracos, the Nordics, or whoever they are trying to get to you so you get upset, or you get angry, or you get sad, and you lower your vibration, and that would open your energy. It's like a psychic attack, you know. It would open your energy sphere, make a crack, an indentation, hole to get attached to you. So
It's different. It's,
yeah, that's how they target people, you know, all the time.
it's
And
all the time same. Okay, I know it, and I know I must that. I do that not. I do that not. But I help. I have many people. What coming is she need help, and I help everything. And
mm,
and
like they,
everything when everything is good, then is it a buy.
yeah, well, that's kind of oh, that's like a reptilian brain or reptilian kind of program in people that the whole humans are programmed with, in a way, because you know, once you need that person, like, you know, they use your kindness because you're nice and kind, and they would use you to help them out.
Yeah,
You help them, and then you're not needed, right? And they say goodbye, they go.
yeah,
mm, it's that, you know, you have to be aware of it, and just basically there's also, it's normal to get together and help each other, but it's rather mutual. When it's mutual and when you clearly see that this person doesn't want anything from you, really, you know, and you feel the same, it's a different level of consciousness then, you know.
yeah,
Sometimes you just want to be with the person or be the person's friend, and you don't care what you get from this person, you know. You don't, it's like unconditional, right? You don't need anything from that person, you don't have any intentions to get out anything, but it's rather that you're just happy communicating with that particular being, and you like his energy or her energy, and it gives you satisfaction at a soul level, you know, because you do exchange information through even
I I
vibration and energy exchange.
I love
So
it to please the people. I do that always.
yeah, yeah, well, that's the right way to be, because I mean, we are in this kind of control system. I think
Yeah,
it's rather natural to kind of get together and help each other, because we all know different information in different fields. And if we put this information together, we become more powerful. But then, but then at this level, there's no point of using each other. You know, there's only a point of cooperating and collaborating, and for the best of the other people, for the good of others, and for yourself also. So it's just you have to find those people, but to find those people and to attract them, you need to be stable in your high vibration, you know. Because when you're in a vibration of, oh, everybody's using me, poor me, and I'm a victim, then only those who would victimize you would come to you. But then if you go up and say, well, enough is enough, I'm not a victim anymore, I'm rather somebody who understands, what's going on, who understands the mechanisms, how people come to me via, like it's like a magnetic field. You produce waves that magnetize certain people with the same waves, so it's going to be different then. But also, you're not influenced anymore by any being which would try to control you. So you are in control of your own self from now on. So it's
Yes,
just different.
I'm now 70 and the most time is over.
Yeah, but it's important though to be. It doesn't matter. The age doesn't really matter. I mean, it's all experience for the soul. And if you get to the point of, you know, waking up and getting through the process to reach high understanding consciousness, it was worth living then. It doesn't matter what the events. Everybody had like pretty bad events in life. Can
Yeah,
tell
yeah,
you
yeah.
this, all the people. But it's just the result of it all is what matters at the end.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you don't have any more questions, I can get out, or you can ask any more, whatever you
No,
want.
I
No.
don't know. I don't know. I think I remember my nothing from uh, I was little. I was 6. I'm born with 6. Yes. Before I don't know. No, I know. I don't know now. We are the. I said I am from other planet. Also, I'm ET.
Yeah, you are, because you remember they didn't do much genetic manipulation. They just kind of your DNA. They couldn't really do much. What they could do, like I said before, they actually blocked your abilities. They just basically overlaid your strands of DNA with technology. It's like a membrane of AI to block it, so you wouldn't be able to use it. But you still remember it because the rest of DNA was Arcturian, what I see. And the reason why you don't remember some of this childhood is because your subconscious kind of bottled it up or boxed it, you know, in a box of memories and closed it up so you wouldn't be. Some memories kind of make you. Mm, your subconscious knows which memories are not good to remember, basically, and he tries to preserve your sanity in a way. Um, so that's a way for subconscious to shield you from the bad memories, not to go in them, and that's why you forget, or you miss, or you don't remember some of the events from your childhood because they were not, you know, they were not pleasant. And the fact that they would also take you. I mean, I'm just looking at you, getting distracted because your subconscious is doing this light thing. It just created like vortex of light, and they put it in the head, and just like it's got bright white light and is burning through slowly, slowly, slowly your energy body. And just eliminating the little kind of like dust particles. Those are left from the like a tracing system. Oh, I got that word terminology, tracing system from the chakra overlays, because, and then it's erasing it with the light that I see. It's like a big ball of light, bright white, and so your energy body can like be flowing like a water, like a river, like a one piece energy, not like dissected anymore, because those they create on purpose the energy centers, and they name them, oh, this chakra, that chakra, but those chakras are etheric implants also, that they want us to come here to this level, so they can specifically identify energy, because each one is rather different, and they can drain specific energies for different whatever experiments, whatever project they have, they would drain it from us. So your subconscious just cleansed it all together, because I'm looking at you now. And yeah, subconscious also said just keep going, never look back. I guess that's a message for you from your own soul's essence. I think you're gonna go, looks like
Okay.
you'll go back to your planet because you miss it.
I don't know. I miss it. I don't know. I have alles block.
Yeah, you're blocked because you're from 8th dimension, and I saw your planet. I mean, it's just like you know how to use energies to create anything. Like you do this, and you form a picture in your head around you, and you create a spacecraft that is made out of your consciousness on your planet. Or you create like any being, or any, like we have animals and things like that. So you kind of miss that ease of creation, ease of being free. Because here you feel like you're constantly bumped into with different energies, and they're all trying to do something to you. Like you said, either to use you or put you in a funny situation that you have to get out. Right? It's a constant struggle, and there's no struggle. That's probably what you feel.
Yeah.
So I can turn off the recording if you want. But yeah, I understand you. I'm the same way. And I think most of us remember subconsciously, and it comes to your physical mind. And, I don't belong here. We just don't belong, because we're souls, and we're biological. We're, breathing. We're alive. And this level is not alive. It's just AI technology powered. And you can't exist in the quantum technology, AI computer as a soul. So anyway, okay, I'm turning off the recording.